Next on All Access.
Kick up on the way, and it is good. It is good. 45 yards. Adam Vinatieri.
I love it because every person that I meet tells me exactly where they were at, what they were doing. It's a great memory for all of us. It's been a great run, you know what I mean?
Time now for the fellowship.
It's really just kind of an impossible play down here. And Sutton, hauls it in, gets the penalty, makes a catch for a 25-yard gain. He can get open, and Russell get him the ball.
Fires to the left. Caught. David Gibbons. Touchdown. Tom Brady.
It wasn't pretty, but it sure turned out good, huh?
The origins of this whole thing started with my mother-in-law, who was in foster care as a child. They're just happy to be here.
I made it.
Competitive for a half, New England fails to capitalize and are crowned by the Chiefs. Hello and welcome to Patriots All Access presented by Geico. I'm Steve Burton. Happy holidays to you all. The song remains the same for the Patriots, who do just enough to give themselves a chance, then fall into the same trap of turnovers, penalties, and poor play. They travel out west next for a Christmas Eve matchup in the Mile High City against a contending Denver Broncos team. We'll preview the Denver game, but kick things off with a look back at the sights and sounds for the next to last home game of the year, where fans came to see the defending champs and maybe a star or two.
Cheese!
No.
Obviously, he's had a tough time with the referees the past few weeks, so I figured we'd do a play on that. Who's winning today?
Chiefs!
No, Patriots.
Divided household.
I just want everyone to have a nice time.
Taylor Swift, you're invited to this tailgate anytime you want. You, Travis, the whole Kelsey family, let's do this.
Go Patriots!
You playing the defending champs? They on up territory.
Berto, how are you?
Doing good. Take advantage of every opportunity, fellas. You got 4 more guaranteed this year. Here we go. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate. You gotta play for Brown today. That's all I got for y'all boys. Defense on 2, 1, 2.
Please welcome today's keeper of the light, John Bon Jovi.
Mahomes takes the snap. He's pressured. He's spun down. That's a sack.
We're on. Here we go. Let's go, Dominic. Let's go. No answer. I know you're trying to call.
Snap to Zappi. Stands in. Looks down the middle. Fires
There
down
it
the
is.
middle. A dart to Henry. Play fake by Zappi. He's in the pocket.
Hold it. Hold it.
He lobs a throw to Henry in the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Patriots. Down the middle, pass.
Oh,
takes
get
it
it!
away. Intercepted by Mapu.
Get it!
20, 15 with the cut, right to the 10. Forte to the sideline at the 6. He took it away.
Hell yeah, Tate. Hey, that's why we're talking back there.
The snap from Cardona to Behringer. Ryland clears the line with his kick airborne to the uprights. It's good, and the Patriots do take the lead. Shotgun snap to the Holmes, fires it right in the flat, caught by McKinnon at the 5. He's going to outrun the defender, and he gets to the top pylon. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Everything they've really got, we've given, like as far as big plays. I'm just saying, we sit around.
Zappi looks downfield, he's pressured, he pulls up, sidesteps the defender, he throws it right to Willie Gay at the 30, left sideline 20, 15-10, Gay takes it to the 6, steps out of bounds. Looks left with the punt, slides left, pressured by God, Kansas City, to give the Chiefs a 2-score lead. The two teams will spill off their sidelines, the Chiefs bound for the playoffs once again.
Hi, I'm Dietrich Wise, and from my family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Listen in as Kyle Duggar is mic'd up.
I thought he was once he bent the corner. I thought he was clean.
And later, we reminisce with one of the greatest players in franchise history.
So when you're lining up for a game winner in the Super Bowl, I think the only thing you're really trying to do is clear your mind a little bit.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the New England Patriots. And by Ace Ticket, where New England fans go for tickets to all their favorite events. Visit aceticket.com. And by AdCare. Be recovery strong. Speak up and reach out. Ask for help. Call AdCare at 800-ALCOHOL.
I'm Josh Uche, and from my family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Welcome into the Social Media Minute. I'm Tamara Brown. A fan favorite was spotted at the Chiefs-Patriots game, one that has a special tie to Gillette Stadium being the first stadium that believed she could sell it out. Did you guess who it is yet? Taylor Swift was welcomed with open arms despite being in town to support her boyfriend on the opposing team. Even local and national outlets showcased her return to New England. Every week on Good Morning Football, Jason McCourty picks the best and worst dressed in the NFL. This week he brought in Devin McCourty to help debut this week's Fit List. And they both dressed as Lauren Scott.
Devin, what are you doing here?
What are you, Jason?
What are you doing here? The sway right here with the leg looks a little tempting right here. So he brought the temptation to the locker room and it worked.
Staying in the holiday spirit, the New England Patriots and Massachusetts Salvation Army teamed up for their annual children's Christmas party. And you can probably tell from the photos, the kids had a great time decorating Patriots players as Christmas trees. That's it for this week's Social Media Minute. See you after the Broncos game.
Welcome back to All Access, presented by Geico. Dan Roach checks in on the Patriots, who will juggle the responsibilities of playing professional football with a major holiday on the road.
And the Patriots headed toward the final 3 weeks of this lost 2023 season.
It's not the season anyone around here wanted, but this group of Patriots continues to grind through the best they can.
What I love is that no one has changed their approach. Everybody's staying committed to the process.
There was some positive news here this week. David Andrews was awarded the Ron Hobson Good Guy Award for a player who respectfully fulfills his media obligations with class and professionalism.
I can appreciate what the media does, because obviously you are a gateway to our fans.
Up next, a trip to Denver to meet the 7-7 Broncos Sunday night.
We're just trying to go out there and compete as a team, play as a team, and try to come back, on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, with the win.
The players understand professional football is a business and the many sacrifices that come with it, such as having to play on the road on Christmas Eve night.
I mean, just a different stage, a different day, like you say, Christmas Eve, but at the end of the day, it's football. It's 11 on 11, once the whistle's blown, it's just time to play.
Do you say anything to your families or anything like, hey, do they know the drill?
Yeah, they're familiar at this point. I really haven't had a Christmas with them since, I think, high school now, so.
You guys might look out the window at 2 or 3 in the morning, East Coast time, and
see Santa.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be sleeping on that plane ride home. I'm gonna have my window open. I'm gonna be looking for him. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure.
What would it mean for you to see him?
Oh, it'd mean everything. Yeah, that would be a Merry Christmas.
The Mile High City hasn't been kind to Bill Belichick teams over the years. In fact, as Patriots head coach, the Patriots are just 5-7 in Denver. So a win would be a nice Christmas gift to make the flight home a lot easier. Happy holidays, everyone. For Patriots All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
All right, Roachy, thank you very much for joining me now. It's Patriots linebacker Anthony Jennings. Good to see you, my friend.
Sure, likewise.
15 weeks into the season. How you feeling?
I feel good. We want to finish strong, obviously. Looking forward to it.
You know, you have had a real solid year. First 2 weeks of the season, didn't play. Judon goes down, you come up, you're playing. And had a very solid year. Do you feel comfortable playing the edge? Is that your position? Is that where you want to play?
Yeah, obviously, a lot of things happen. The edge being my natural position, and just, me putting the work in the off season and, during training camp and, staying ready and, everything worked out, when I got the opportunity.
Yeah, did you feel like this was my chance to shine?
Most definitely. Yeah, you in this sport, you just gotta stay ready. You never know what'll happen, and you take advantage of your opportunity.
Christmas Eve.
Okay.
You're playing football.
Right.
What's that gonna be like for you?
That's honestly, growing up, being a football fan, watching those games on like Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. You kind of look forward to it.
Yeah.
Being a football player, and you just want to make the most of it. It's a night game in Denver. Just looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good atmosphere, and we ready for it, and we look forward to it.
If you weren't playing football, what would you be doing on Christmas Eve?
I'd probably be with family. I'm family oriented. And just hanging out with them and doing whatever we be doing back in Alabama.
Good luck in Denver, my friend.
Thank you.
Anthony Jennings, our guest. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
I'm Bailey Zappi, and from my family to yours, happy holidays, everyone.
Duggar jersey. It's 2023. Switch, I'm on. Yeah!
Hilaire in the backfield, play fake by Mahomes with a deep drop. He's looking left. He throws down the middle, pass.
Oh,
get it! Away. Intercepted by Mapu.
Get in!
20.
First hurt.
Right to the 10. Barkay. Pull sideline to the 6. He took it away.
Yeah, Tank! Stay up! Yeah, Tank! That's nice, boy!
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to sit down and talk to Coach Belichick. And Coach, 2 good starts in a row for your football team coming out. Pittsburgh game, then you followed up with Kansas City. You get to halftime, you're in that sucker, and then a couple mistakes in second half. You're not going to be a good team making those type of mistakes, right?
Yeah, well, just in general, it's you can't make too many mistakes against the Chiefs. They gave us a few opportunities, and we took advantage of some of them. But in the end, we had too many. They made a few more plays than we did, and we had a couple penalties at key times that hurt us.
You got a lot of respect for Andy Reid. You coached against him for a long time, and especially a couple of their players. And started talking to Travis after the game, obviously Mahomes. But that first touchdown they got you guys on, we didn't know on the call where the ball was going. From a history perspective, does Andy take stuff from the past and sort of incorporate things, or are these all new concepts that they roll with where they kind of keep you off balance?
I think it's about the 6th or 7th shovel pass they've run on the goal line this year, but all from different formations. That one was unbalanced, and kind of all 4 guys were in the backfield. So it was, they split us on it, and it was a good play on their part, and we, had a little trouble adjusting to it, and they only needed a couple of yards, and they got them.
All right, on to Denver. Sean Payton, your old buddy's there. You look at Sean and the stamp that he's put on this football team as opposed to when he was coaching with the Saints. What's different, or is it the same when you watch him on film as far as the concepts?
Oh, they're running the ball a lot,
Yeah.
Which they ran the ball, with Kamara in New Orleans, but good running game and still a lot of fast tempo plays, not no huddle, but get to the line and shift, motion, snap the ball, and try to get the defense, in a communication conflict.
Last time you played against Russ Wilson, you sat in his seat and you raved about the deep ball, the amount of arc he gets on it to have that catchable ball for his receivers. When you watch Russ on tape now, how does he look incorporated into Sean's offense with this scheme?
Yeah, again, really good deep ball thrower. I mean,
Yeah.
Sutton does a good job for him. He can definitely get the ball downfield and is still mobile, kind of like Mahomes. Athletic back there in the pocket, can buy some time and get the ball down the field. Very accurate deep ball thrower. We're going to have to do a good job on that.
Okay, time now for the Ace Ticket Twitter question of the week. Comes from @JedJ13. Speaking of the Sunday night game, holiday game, Christmas Eve game, how do you balance, handling guys that have families? Some guys have little kids, and then you got new guys that come into the league. There's 53 guys, and they don't have kids. How do you balance that? And obviously you got your 2 sons with you too on the road, so that's nice for Christmas. But how do you balance that on game day to keep the focus there?
Well, look, we all signed up for football, and Thanksgiving and Christmas are a couple of holidays that come during football season, and there are the sports that have other holidays during their season. So it is what it is for us. I think anybody who's been playing football for a while has dealt with this. So it's not new. The schedule, the season's the season. So try to do the best we can to make room for both. It's an important holiday for a lot of people, a lot of families, and so we'll try to recognize that. But at the same time, we're getting ready to play the game and want to go out there and play well against Denver. So we'll try to balance it out.
I'll be with you. I'm looking forward to it. And then you get to walk in on Christmas morning. If you want to ask the coach a question, follow the team on Twitter @Patriots, hashtag it AskBB. Illustrator, like you mentioned, Sutton, probably take a look at him, and they got some good offensive linemen too, right?
Sure do.
All right. Everybody hang tight. Patriots All Access will return right after this. Then we'll have the Illustrator for you.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. By Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar, Gillette's ultimate shaving experience. And by Dan O'Brien Auto. Come in to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group store today and get your awesome protection plan, keeping it awesome.
Hi, I'm Hunter Henry, and from our family to yours, happy holidays, Patriots family.
This profile is brought to you by Pepsi.
Welcome back to All Access presented by Geico. Here's a little holiday present for Patriots fans. When you're making a list of the most important players in franchise history, this guy's got to be on the list. A lock for the Pro Football Hall of Fame when he becomes eligible, Adam Vinatieri was a part of some of the most memorable moments for New England sports fans. In this edition of Do Your Life, presented by Putnam, we caught up with the former Patriots place kicker earlier this year, whose inevitable place in Canton was anything but a sure thing.
Good afternoon, everyone. From the Louisiana Superdome, it is Super Bowl 36. The Patriots, no timeouts remaining, trying to get the ball down the field into Adam Vinatieri's field goal range.
Well, this is obviously the last drive of the game. They just scored to tie it up Tom gets the ball, and I think the commentators were saying we probably should just take a knee and go to overtime, but that's not our MO. We were going to see if we couldn't get a couple first downs and try to win it at the end. At this point, I'm really over in the net right now, watching as guys are progressing along. Just trying to stay loose and try not to, keep my mind in check a little bit. Tom's going to clock it, and at that point, I'm really just thinking to myself, hey man, 48-yarder, you've done this a million times. Just get this ball in line. You're going to have enough distance and put her through.
Ken Walter will hold. Lonnie Paxton will snap from the far hash mark, angle to the left for Adam Vinatieri, 48-yard field goal attempt.
So when you're lining up for a game winner in the Super Bowl, I think the only thing you're really trying to do is clear your mind a little bit and really focus in on your job, your little 3 yards in front of you and around you.
Set to go, snap, ball down, kick up, kick is on.
And as it left my foot, it just felt really, really good.
It is good! It's good! It's good! Adam Vinatieri booms a 48-yard field goal, and the game is over.
And at that point, it was just, oh my God, let's celebrate. Game winner, we just won the Super Bowl. Wow.
The Patriots are Super Bowl champions, the best team in the National Football League.
There's nothing like the first time you hold the Lombardi in your hand and know you're world champs. They can't take it away from you. Never got really any real coaching other than what I learned on my own. Go out and kick a ball and figure it out on your own. There's not that many kicking coaches out there, and even as many as there is, I think there's half of them that actually know what they're talking about, right?
33-year-old Doug Blevins has never kicked a football. In fact, he's never walked on his own. Afflicted since birth with cerebral palsy, Blevins nonetheless is now an NFL assistant coach.
He had cerebral palsy. I get to the airport, don't know that he's in a wheelchair. I thought I was getting punked. Honestly, I was like looking around like, this has got to be a joke, right? But we went later that day, we went out onto the field, and he was a kicking coach in a wheelchair with a linebacker mentality, right? Like he was always fired up, always had a great attitude, always wanted to go, 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 go. And so I knew within minutes that he not only knew what he was talking about, but I knew right away that we were going to have a good relationship. And Doug and I worked for a year, and I had an opportunity to play for the Amsterdam Admirals, which was the NFL European League.
The Amsterdam Admirals lead it by a 3-0 count on a chip shot field goal by Vinatieri.
The level of football was another bump up from what I was used to at the college level, and I sat there and I was like, hey, this is my opportunity to show these NFL teams what I am about. Kind of springboarded me to the Patriots, and the rest is history.
He's up on the way. The Patriots win.
Ball down, Adam picks it up, and it is good. Adam Vinatieri.
The history is that of the greatest kicker in league history. But it's a history that almost didn't happen.
Mike Sweatman was a special teams coach that I talked to every week when I was over there, and he said, we don't have a guy that can kick off, and we need a guy. And they said, we're going to bring in a couple rookies. The best one's going to get a job. That's what I was told. And I said, well, I'll roll the dice with that. Bill Parcells, before the third preseason game, he said, hey, Adam, this is the deal tomorrow. You're going to take all the kicks. You're going to take all the field goals, extra points, kickoffs. He said, see if you got what it takes, or if you pack up your and go home. He said, are you all right with that? And I said, yes, sir. Had a good game, and they cut Matt Barr the next day. And I didn't even know. I walked into the building the next day feeling pretty good that I kicked pretty well in the game, and he called me into his office and he says, I don't want to hear anything in the media about, you beat out Matt and this and that. At this point, I still didn't know Matt wasn't here. I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, the old Foxborough Stadium, the old dungeon, we walked downstairs and guys were like, hey man, congratulations, good job. And I was like, holy cow, like this is it, now it's becoming real.
Snap is there, the ball is down, the kick is up, it is on the way, and it hits the right upright, no good. 25-yard field goal attempt by Vinatieri. The kick is up, and it is no good. All that work, and they get nothing.
Parcells said I was week to week, so I mean, I didn't want to listen to the media, but I knew what that meant.
This Attempt now by Vinatieri from 40 yards out to try to win it in overtime. Could make or break this young man's career, don't you think?
Well, it has a lot to do with his growth.
And thank goodness I think I made 5 kicks and a game winner in overtime.
The ball down, the kick up on the way, and it is good! The Patriots win!
And that kind of built a little confidence and kind of gave me a little bit. I think that week I needed it.
Adam Vinatieri will be kicking off from left to right. Kevin Williams back deep to the far side. To the near side, Herschel Walker. The kickoff is short and returnable. Walker will take it at the 10, right up the middle of the 15-20.
Kick the ball, he takes off and he breaks open, you know, and I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh.
Outside 40, 45 to midfield. Vinatieri chasing him at the 35-30. Vinatieri brings him down at the Patriot 20-yard line.
And I just remember to myself, I'm like, I'm not going to let him get to the end zone. And good Lord gave me 10 seconds of speed maybe. Or I don't know how it happened, but he wasn't slowing down, but I was catching a little bit of ground, and I ended up tackling him at the 20-something yard line or whatever. Saved a touchdown. And I remember probably the greatest compliment Coach Parcells ever gave me. It was right after that game, and he said, listen, that was one of the best plays I've ever seen. He said, your team is going to treat you differently because of it now. I had no idea what that meant, but I think I earned a little bit of respect.
I never used the term closing speed with a kicker. I'm putting him on my fantasy football team tonight.
Good evening, everyone, at the Winter Wonderland that is Foxborough Stadium. Tonight, the Patriots against the Oakland Raiders in the AFC semifinals, and the snow is coming down in Foxborough and will come down.
What I remember is like the biggest snowflakes you've ever seen. I mean, gigantic. It starts snowing hard and harder and harder. Now you can't even really see across the field to the other sideline. I'm like, this is going to be absolutely miserable. But I'm thinking, this team from California, Oakland, they can't handle this. We're going to whoop their butts in this stuff. And they come out and play a really solid game.
Snap to Brady. Standing in there. Looks to the left, loses the football. It's on the ground, and let's see if it's a fumble or a pass attempt.
I'm sitting there thinking, Jesus, we're cleaning out our locker tomorrow, right? I'm like, because it looked like a fumble to me.
Reviewing the play, the quarterback's arm was going forward. It is an incomplete.
All right. Patriots retain the ball.
All of a sudden, the realism comes on to me is like, you're going to have to kick the hardest kick in your entire life.
Adam Vinatieri will attempt a 45-yard field goal to try to tie it.
We went out there, it's 45 yards, try to get a quick sweep off of the ground, and I'm thinking to myself, listen, you got to think like 3 things. Slow steps to it. They're not going to be able to rush fast, so you can't take big, long strides. You're going to slide and fall on your butt. Try to get the ball above the line of scrimmage. You have to get it on line and give yourself a chance, right? So get to the ball, kick it, you know. I look up, I'm like, okay, didn't fall down, got it above the line of scrimmage. It looks like it's going fairly straight, but it's still got to go 45 yards in a blizzard. It's not an easy kick. And honest to God, as it's leaving, I'm like, got a chance, right? I'm like, okay, maybe. But when it got to the uprights, it's snowing so hard, I wasn't sure. I couldn't really tell until the referees went forward and raised their hand. I'm like, oh my God, I made this kick.
And it is good! It is good! 45 yards! Adam Vinatieri kicks it.
I don't know how many times you can make that, but made it when I needed to, you know? I didn't realize it at the time, but over the next decade or 2 or whatever, I love it because every person that I meet tells me exactly where they were at, what they were doing. Like, I've had people send me letters and say, my dad, who was elderly, who watched this stuff, physically was weeping in his chair. For me, it's my livelihood, it's a game, it's what I've always wanted to do in my life, but I didn't understand what the magnitude of what it meant to everybody else. So, yeah, it's awesome. I like every time I come back and people, I love to hear the stories. They're like, I bet you hate talking about this. I'm like, no, I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, it's a great memory for all of us. It's just been a great run, you know what I mean?
Ramondre Stevenson, and from my family to yours, Merry Christmas.
November 3rd, 2003, the banged-up Patriots taking on the banged-up Broncos at one of the Patriots' House of Horrors, Denver, Colorado. Delta O'Neal's third-quarter punt return gave the Broncos a 4-point lead.
O'Neal fields it on the fly at the 45, to the 50, to the 45 of the Patriots, to the 40, to the 30. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
A Patriots field goal would cut the lead to 1 point. And then things got interesting. Bill Belichick ordered an intentional safety with just under 3 minutes left.
I mean, there's a part of me that says you could almost take a safety. That's what they did. Yep. That's what they did. It's a 3-point game, so a field goal will still tie the game.
After forcing a Broncos 3 and out, Tom Brady and the offense took over with just over 2 minutes to play.
Back to throw, gives ground, fires a screen to the right to Kevin Falk. Falk across the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 34 of Denver. First and 10 at the Denver 18, fires to the left. Caught! David Gibbons! Touchdown! Tom Brady! 18 yards to David Gibbons with 30 seconds to go!
The Patriots vanquished some demons that night with a thrilling 30-26 victory.
Are you ready for some football? Wasn't pretty, but it sure turned out good, huh?
Real good situational football. You guys did a great job there at the end. All right?
How do you feel about taking over Mile High on Monday night?
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for the Belichick. We got 4 looks here at the Broncos. Familiar team here playing the Chiefs. Punt return.
Yeah, this is a big win for the Broncos against KC, and this is a big play for him early in the game on the punt return. This is, Mims back here, and he's got good opportunity on this play to kind of stretch the field. You can see his speed here. He gets away from the KC coverage, gets to the edge, and has a big return here. Does a nice job of running, cutting it back, putting the offense in good field position. So.
Hang time's the key here then, right? You want the ball to hang, let those gunners get down there.
Yeah, they're an explosive team in all areas of the game, whether it's a return game offensively or defensively.
Seems like you go up against a great defensive line every week, and here we go again.
Yeah, this is these guys are really good technique, fundamental players here. So this is Jones here and Allen, of course, in BC. And when we talk about the term two gap, we hear that mentioned a little bit. This is a team that does a good job of it. So here's Allen really two gap and staying square on the blocker, and Jones really with that long arm there, kind of defeating the blocker. And the idea is to take on the blocker, and then wherever the runner goes to be able to come off and make the play. And so you see this is Jones coming really from the outside in, and this is Allen two gapping the guard here and kind of coming from the inside out. So they both fold back in and sandwich the runner. But really good fundamental technique play here by these defensive linemen from Denver.
So for the people sitting at home on their couch, say, what's two gap? It's getting in front of that guy, and you can either go left or right in one of the two gaps, right?
That's right. So being square right here so that if the ball's here, he comes off here. If it bends back, he falls back here, versus a one-gap player would just be responsible for the ball out here. And he would fall in late, but he's really responsible to make sure the ball doesn't get outside.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on here.
Yeah, and then on the flip side of it, good running team. Broncos sort of run the ball a lot, and again, you could see some of the fundamentals that.
Just right guard.
Yeah. So this is Meinertz and McGlinchey here, and that's on Chris Jones. So you can see the pad level, the footwork, really good double team here, and then climbing up to the second level, and then inside here, kind of again, fitting a hat on a hat. I mean, they got a blocker on everybody, and you kind of wash them out. And this is really a good run by Williams. You can see the patience that he has. He comes through, sees a little opening here, winds it back, and a lot of good sustained blocks here by Denver. So
good cut.
Yeah, good running, really good fundamental play here. You can see they're well coached. They do a good job of their footwork, their pad level, staying on the blocks, finishing the blocks, and the runners are patient. Look for look for space, but do a good job of, working off the blocks that they get to make good yards.
And last but not least, you mentioned Sutton earlier in our interview. We'll take a look at him here, especially with Russ throwing it.
Yeah, I mean, this is really just kind of an impossible play down here on Snead. You look at, at Sutton here, press coverage, and, Snead's right on him, and, Wilson puts the ball probably in the only place he could possibly put it for it to be a completion. He throws it up high, just out of Snead's reach, and Sutton, hauls it in, gets the penalty, makes a catch for a 25-yard gain. This guy's really one of the best receivers in the league. Big, strong, good hands, very physical player, and he can get open, and Russell can get him the ball.
Back on the road, Christmas Eve game. Merry Christmas to you. Looking forward to it.
Yep, same to all the fans.
Good luck. More Patriots All Access. We'll return right after this. There's your Illustrator.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the New England Patriots, and by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off.
Hi, I'm John Jones, and from our family to yours, happy holidays.
Means a lot to my family and I to be able to do this. The origins of this whole thing started with my mother-in-law, who was in foster care as a child, and really can testify to how foster parents can make a huge difference. And then also can testify to the things that those kids have to go through. That's where our passion for this came from. My wife is really the brains of everything that you see here tonight. She's worked so hard, and so many great volunteers and family and support that have helped us. But just to be able to make this happen for them during the holidays, hopefully they feel seen, loved, and heard, and they're just happy to be here.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access, everyone. Now, Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. First of all, good to see you guys.
Good to see you, Steve.
All right, I got to bring up Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Because week in and week out, it's the same old story, isn't it? And why is that?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that some of these games, Mike, have a very similar pattern where when they play well and they avoid mistakes, they can be competitive. But then once they start to make some of these errors, penalties have been a constant problem all year. The turnovers every once in a while pop up, and they're not good enough to overcome those. So it is a frustrating pattern because you do see in small spurts here and there, Mike, what they can be when they're at their best.
I thought in this last game, Paul, Bailey Zappi's interception in the third quarter, to me, that was lights out for the team. Like they just, that was the mistake. And the statistic that I would amplify in this discussion is that the Patriots are -8 in the turnover differential. They've had a positive turnover differential for 17 straight seasons. So that's about to be snapped with 3 games to go. Not getting enough turnovers and turning the ball over too much.
Let's talk about the defense. Defense has been pretty solid all year. Is there a crack in the armor? Is it starting to become a crack?
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying it pretty much the same way every week. On the list of things that are problems for the Patriots, the defense is well down into like the 20s. I mean, they have a lot of different issues that Mike illustrated, some of them on offense. But I do think when they've played against competent quarterbacks in a decent offense, the other team has generally been able to move the ball and score points. I even think back to the win over Buffalo. Buffalo had been struggling offensively, but that day they were 25 points. Kansas City really hasn't been able to put it together offensively all year. They move the ball, but they don't score. 27's a big output for them. So I do think when they've gone against the better quarterbacks, Mike, it's been a little bit more average for the defense.
Yeah, and I thought this was all about the secondary to me. Like the run defense is solid.
Outstanding.
Like they lead the league, and they, Chiefs average 2.2 yards a carry when all was said and done. But you go back to, J.C. Jackson, the cornerback, was active for the game but didn't play, wasn't around. And so right off the bat, you spend all week preparing to go against Patrick Mahomes, and you have this sudden change 90 minutes before the game starts. And I think what I saw watching the secondary was a lot of communication sort of uncertainty. Like there were snaps where Jonathan Jones was looking back to make sure Jalen Mills and him were on the same page. Ball snapped, completion for a big play down the field. So it just didn't seem as tight in the secondary to me against this pass.
To illustrate that communication, that long 48-yard screen pass to Edwards-Helaire, there was literally nobody on that side of the field. He ran basically untouched for 30 yards. So that's communication breakdowns. That's not because someone can't play. They weren't where they were supposed to be.
Okay. All that being said, is there any hope going into Denver?
I think there is, because I think Denver is kind of built similarly to you. I don't think they have an explosive offense. I think Russell Wilson has played better, Mike, but he still holds the ball, takes some negative plays at times, and I think the Patriots defense has the ability to sort of keep the game under control. I don't look at Denver as one of those offenses that's going to run away and hide. So, yeah, I do think there's a chance.
Denver's always a tough place to play, especially for the Patriots.
Yeah,
right?
That's like a house of horrors, one of the you put near the top of the list when you think of toughest places for this team to play. I think the hope, Steve, is for the team is a nationally televised game. So if you have pride as a player, everyone's going to be watching on Christmas Eve. You're going to try to elevate your play. Because of that, you're the only game in town. And I think we've seen some flashes from some promising players like Christian Barmore. Mac Wilson, the linebacker, has been playing a little bit better. So maybe focus on some of the individual players, and if you can get some game-wrecking plays, maybe you can stay in this thing.
Prediction?
I do think it will be competitive, but I think Denver will win because it means a lot more to them. I think they're still fighting for a playoff spot. Obviously, the Patriots are not. I'm going to go 20-10, Denver.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Denver as well, and I'll say 27-17. And competitive. Look, I'll say this. They play hard. It's not like the Chargers where we saw them on a Thursday night and they sort of rolled over, and next thing you know, the coach was gone. So I expect the Patriots to keep playing hard.
So you're picking Denver, and you're picking Denver.
Yeah, how about you?
Bah humbug. All right, thank you very much. That'll do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. So Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Merry Christmas, everyone.